Hello, welcome. My name is Alyssa and this is my channel of New Direction. This is a bit of a different video. So this is the first time that I have done a actual individual sign reading. For the month of May, am going to put out all 12 zodiac signs or readings for zodiac signs. I'm gonna try it. I'm not saying that, this is gonna be the way that it's gonna go, but I did want to try it. So this is an Aquarius reading for the month of May. So saying that, you could have, this is a Aquarius sun, moon, rising reading, okay? It could be for a I almost said crotch watcher. Cross watcher. One of my favorite readers of all times, her name is Molly. Actually, she is at the Real Housewives Tarot. She's hilarious, but anyway, she calls cross watchers crotch watchers. So I did just say that, but that's Molly's line. I did not mean to say that, but anyway, that's funny. So anyway, so let's get into this. Let's not worry about that. Okay, so some housekeeping things before we get started. Obviously, everyone's home, quarantine. I cuss a little bit, okay? So if that is an issue for you, this is probably where you should head out. I have already pulled the oracle cards just to kind of save time. So I've pulled 3 different decks of oracle cards: the energy oracle, the animal spirit oracle, and my angel cards. So let's get into this. I think that's it. Yeah, I don't really know. Okay, move my coffee down here to the side. So the first deck that I pulled from was the energy oracle deck, and the card that was pulled was the world. Okay, and then on the bottom of the deck, the underlying to the world here was envy, and then the thinking man. And those 2 cards are very important in this understanding. So this is kind of like the overall energies of the month, okay? Just kind of something to kind of ponder over for the energies of the month of May here. The world. This card here. This card here, this is you, this is your world. The world is a complete cycle, okay? When this card comes up in a reading, this is talking about taking the step back. Taking the step back and being able to view your life as a whole, being able to see the good parts and the bad parts, the parts, the hard parts, but being able to see how it's all blended together here to get you to the point that you are, that each part had a purpose, okay? When that envy and the thinking man is behind it, the envy card is really talking about, this woman here is standing in a house of silver with her own gold platter here, but she's very envious of the house of gold that is outside, okay? And when this is an underlying with that thinking man, the thinking man, look at here. See how he is so focused on this crystal that he has in his hand? This needs to be your crystal and nobody else's crystal, okay? When this is the underlying with that world, I really feel like what this is asking you is to view your life as a whole and to appreciate that this was your journey, that this journey, the way that it has turned out, the parts of it, that have taken to get to where you are now, they were for you. Do not be envious of somebody else's journey. Do not have that, jealous green monster or whatever, No. You need to focus on the things in your life, like this thinking man. What is the crystal in your hand? What do you need to be appreciating? What do you need to be focusing on right now within your world? Not somebody else's world, not, whatever is going on in your neighbor's backyard. What is going on in your yard, okay? What are you growing within your world? So the next deck that I pulled for was the Spirit Animal. I say that all the time. It's Spirit Animal Oracle. Someday I'll get it right and it'll stick, but not yet. Okay, so the Rabbit Spirit came out, and this says now is a lucky time, and the Spider Spirit came out. And this says, make your dreams real. So the rabbit spirit is talking about coming out of your burrow, okay? Now is the lucky time. It's saying, imagine being that little rabbit in your nice little, safe little burrow. And here you are, emerging into the meadow of beautiful, new life, okay? You've just come out, winter's been hard, blah, 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 blah. Now you're coming out into the beautiful spring, into this beautiful meadow that is alive and abundant. There's flowers, there's happiness, there's joy. That's what the rabbit spirit is talking about. It's talking about now is a time that you are coming out of the darkness, into this whole new meadow that you are able to co-create and to bring new things to life. Like rabbits they're fertile little creatures, right? The saying is, you don't go like a bunny, for no reason. Because rabbits bring things to life, guys, okay? Rabbit spirit is talking about, it is just talking about that luck. Luck is on your side. Spirit is here to co-create with you, okay? And the spider spirit, make your dreams come true. This is talking about this spider web here starts with one single strand of intention, okay? It does. It starts with the spider's intention to spread together something magical, a masterpiece. But it started with one single strand of intention. And that is what the spider spirit is saying. It's asking you to embrace. Start with that single strand of intention. Spirit will meet you. When you show up and put in the effort and the work to string together a masterpiece like a spider, Spirit is going to meet you there, because that is the journey that Spirit is like, yep, that one was for you, kid. Of course I'll meet you here, because that one I designed for you. That is the path I want you to go on, okay? Now the spider spirit, you do have to show up. You do have to actually put the work in, okay? Yes, Spirit is going to be there to co-create with you and weave with you and, and spin together this beautiful web. But a spider has to put in the work. They just can't show up with their ball of web and be like, well, here's my ball of web. Here's all my intentions. Spirit, make that happen. No. You have to actually put those intentions to work. You do have to weave them together into life. The bottom of that deck was the Nightingale. And this is saying love is all around. And it is. And I think, as you come out of this darkness in this little rabbit spirit and you begin to, to really, spin your own web, spiders spin webs. It is important to know that love is all around you. Spirit is surrounding you in love. You have been given these opportunities, this chance, this luck is here. Your dreams can come true because Spirit loves you, because love surrounds you. And that, I know right now that a lot of us are feeling, that shelter, that kind of stuck in place, right? And the Nightingale here is just, love is all around you. Spirit is all around us, When you can acknowledge that, it is much easier to sit in the darkness, okay? When you acknowledge that even within the darkness, love is still there, Spirit is still there. I'm telling you, a lot easier place to sit. Okay, so energies you're being asked to embrace. Understand, now is a lucky time, You're like a little bunny. You're going to go out and just, I don't know, maybe isolation's been tough, guys, and you're coming out of it and you're like, no, I'm ready, Alyssa. I am honestly going to go like a bunny. That's okay, I don't judge you at all. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Maybe be careful. You don't want to have babies like a bunny, okay? But now is a lucky time. Now is a time to bring your life, okay? To bring life to to bring excitement, to bring joy, to bring birth to the things in life that you want to create, okay? That rabbit spirit is saying, yep, we are going to make as much of it and, as much of it as you want. And the spider spirit, yeah, we're going to, this web is going to be beautiful, okay? It's going to be a masterpiece. Okay, so the angel cards that were pulled, I love these ones. I love how they all go together. Sometimes it just blows my mind. You can't make this stuff up, okay? I could not sit here all day long and put these cards together the way they come out. Remember who you are. You are a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are very loved. Remember who you are. And gentleness. Be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. And if you watch any of my readings at all, this card, I swear, just keeps coming out again and again and again. You know, and this is literally just Spirit reminding us, like, just be gentle. Be gentle with yourself right now, okay? You don't need to be dusting your house 4 days a week. Your floors don't need to look, you know, spotless. You don't need to eat off them. You have a table. You know, even if you can't eat off your table, who gives two shits? Be gentle on yourself. This is a time like no other, okay? Be gentle on yourself and surround yourself with gentle people, please, okay? And on the bottom of that angel deck, actually, was divine order. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. And that's, you know, when you have this rabbit spirit, and it's talking about coming out of the burrow, coming out of the darkness, right, into the light, you know, trust that as you move into this next phase, you know, into the light, into, you know, the weaving stage, you know, making your dreams reality here, you know, trust that there is a divine kind of order to that, you know? Okay, so we are going to get right into the tarot now. So, the 3 questions that we are going to ask, I have my paper over here, so if you're like, what is she looking at? It's my paper, it's my things written down. Okay, first question is, what do I need to know about this situation right now? The second question is, what is my next right action to stay in alignment? I wonder if I put this, there we go. Okay. What is my next right action to stay in alignment with my highest intention? And where could this evolve if I remain on this path? Okay? This is for Aquarius spirit. Let's make sure that Aquarius, sun, moon, rising for the month of May. So I think what we'll do is I'll pull all 3 of those questions, and then I'll kind of like, then we'll break them down. Yeah, and that way if we need clarifiers, we can go over it that way. I think that's the best way to go about that. I don't know. We'll see. You guys are number 1, so we'll see. Maybe by the last one I'll have it figured out, okay? All right, Spirit. What does Aquarius need to know about the situation for their highest good? The situation of coming forward. What does the Aquarius need to know, Spirit? Aquarius, sun, moon, rising for the month of May. Know about the highest good. Wow. I was thinking like 1 or 2 cards. It's like, how about 5 aligned? Okay. Where could this evolve if they remain on their path? Where could this evolve, Spirit? Where could this evolve? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, wow. Temperance is on the bottom here. Ooh, Temperance and the 8 of Pentacles, actually. So the Temperance, like, look at this card here. Okay, see here? He's got the moon and the sun, and there's this infinity symbol, right? And he's balancing it. You know, he's kind of got these wings here. Okay, the Temperance is about balance. The Temperance is about balance and patience and, you know, being able to go with the flow of life. Being able to balance out your... I can't believe that just happened. Seriously? Oh, goodness me. Oh. Great. Now you see my pajama pants. Now you know I'm not wearing real pants. Please. I'm sure I'm not the only one who hasn't worn real pants in a while. That's crazy. I can't believe that those all just kind of fell like that. There were some crazy cards that just came up there, so I'll be... Anyway. Okay. The Temperance. The Temperance is about that balance, guys. It's about being able to balance your spiritual life in the rest of your life. It's being able to balance all the parts of your life, kind of, right? Like this guy's just kind of juggling them, you know? See how he's just like He doesn't even look stressed about it, right? Like he's got both of them in his hands and he's just going to balance them. The Eight of Pentacles behind that, this is kind of like that spider card. The Eight of Pentacles is like, look here. She's got all these things before her. These are all hers. These are all lessons. This is all knowledge that she's learned, okay? She's got all these moon cycles up here because she's been through the cycle. She gets it. Okay, the Eight of Pentacles it's almost to the end of a completion. Like 8 is almost to that 10, you know? But it's not done yet. And that's what the Eight of Pentacles is. The Eight of Pentacles is evaluate your work. Look at all that you have done, you know? Look at all that you have accomplished. And then dig down a little bit deeper and keep going. Because you have more to grow. It's not done yet. Okay? It's not done yet. And it's the most, like, as much as sometimes that can be exhausting, it's also one of the most beautiful parts about life, is the ability to be able to constantly grow, to be able to constantly change and manifest and co-create new, bigger, better, you know, more fulfilling, okay? A deeper understanding, right? Like we have that ability. Of course we do. Okay, so as you're underlying here again, like this is talking about that balance of being able to go forward and show up. And you know, this is just kind of hitting me very strong all of a sudden, but watch that, you know, you're not so focused on making all these pentacles in your hand that you are not balancing the rest of your life, right? Watch that you do not become so caught up in just, I have to do all of this work. This has to happen this way. Okay. Like understand that there has to be a balance. You have to be able to be flexible because life isn't always just going to go that way. That's not how that goes. Okay. So let's get into these questions. What do you need to know about this situation for your highest good? First off, you have the Tower. The Tower, the King of Wands, the Five of Wands, the Star, which is also an Aquarius card here, and the Seven of Swords. Okay? What you need to know about this situation for your highest good. Well, first of all, the Tower, it's coming down. Some part of this here needs to crumble. There is something within this whole month, this whole situation, that needs to come down. There needs to be a change, okay? And the Tower is not ever a card that is meant to scare you. It's not, okay? The Tower itself, understanding Tower moments, that is understanding and knowing that there is a bigger purpose, okay? That is having faith. That is trusting. That is, the Tower moment is kind of like, you know, when this world came up here, right? You have multiple Tower moments. You know, when you can stand in this world phase and look at it as a whole, you are able to stand back and look at those Tower moments and be like, I needed that. Those Tower moments, they had to come. Because whatever the fuck needed to come down, needs to come down, okay? The King of Wands behind this. Now, the King of Wands, check this guy out. That is a steady king, okay? And wands are about your spiritual being of who you are, okay? They are. See this staff here? Like, this is knowledge. This is wisdom. This is lessons in his life, you know, that he has learned. And it's on fire, okay? Because as a King of Wands, a king of that kind of spiritual being of your side, you're that solid. You understand. You have that grasp on that spiritual being inside of you, okay? You can understand that Tower moments had to happen. The Tower moment is what allows you to rebuild. The Tower moment is what allows you to change, to grow, to move forward, okay? And the Five of Wands behind this, I mean, this can be feeling scattered, okay? This can also be very, like, competitive, right? Like, see all this, like, these guys are all kind of fighting over to get to this light, right? And the Five of Wands can be like that, okay? It can be that scattered competitive nature. Like, you are so focused on having to get this done, and you need to, you know, you have deadlines to make, and you have work that needs to get done, and blah, 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 you know? You've got all these expectations in your life that you are, like, nailing yourself to, I have to get this done, okay? But that burns you out. that burns out people. Okay? The star card behind that, this is a wish and prayer card. Now this is, the star is also this is an Aquarius card. This would be what would, well, that's just what it is. It's the Aquarius card. But the star card is a card of wish fulfillment. Okay? It's about prayers. It's about wish fulfillment. It's about trusting that your prayers are being heard, that you have that connection to the divine, that what you pray for will make its way back into your life the way that it is best going to suit you. And when the Seven of Swords is behind that, the Seven of Swords is about secrecy, okay? And it does have it can have a dark and negative and kind of toxic energy to it, but that's not what this is in this reading, in this lineup, okay? This is just saying you're not able to see all of this right now, okay? These blessings and these answers to your prayers right now, you cannot see them all. It doesn't mean they're not there. It doesn't mean that, within the moonlight here, because the moon is, you need to remember that the moon is spirit, okay? In tarot decks and cards, the moon represents spirit, and spirit working within the shadows, within the realms in which you cannot see. And when these two come out together like this is just trusting that spirit is working in the shadows. That there is your blessings, your prayers, they are being heard. They are being answered, okay? There is movement here, right? That Rabbit Spirit said that. Now is a lucky time. Spirit is working with you. Spirit is co-creating with you here, okay? Let the tower moments crumble. Let the tower moments crumble. Stand solid as this spiritual being who knows, that moment had to come down. That whatever this tower was, whether it's relationships, work situations, thought patterns, bad toxic personal energy you carry around. I don't know what it is. That tower moment is going to be different for all of us in some certain way. But understanding, accepting that tower moment for being like yeah, that needed to come down because I want to move forward. I am ready to align myself with what's next. That's the King of Fire, right? Like that's this guy. He stares at his tower moments and he's like, standing there with his staff and his lion in the back. And he's like, yeah, I set that tower all on fire. It's coming down, right? That's the King of Fire. That's who you're being, that's the energies that you need to take towards this, for your highest intention, for your highest good. That is where, that kind of solid spiritual understanding, that's really going to be, that's going to just help keep you on that path that you're working towards, okay? What is the next right action to stay in the alignment with my highest intention? So the Emperor was the first card, and then the Hierophant, and then the Magician, and then the Ace of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. So, what is your next right action? Well, the Emperor is somebody who is just solid. Okay, he is solid, he understands, and I say he, but that doesn't mean that you have to be a he. We are all emperors of our own world, okay? Connected, grounded, intuitive, knows what's up, knows and understands. He can sit back and look at his world as a whole because he understands that it took a whole heck of a lot of pieces to be where he is now, okay? The Emperor is somebody, see this here? This is spirit, and the Emperor is somebody who is solid within that spirit. The Emperor can also be somebody who is bossy, okay? Who can see, well, it has to be this way, and if that is your direction in which you're trying to force this, well, it has to go this way. I'm telling you that's not going to work very well, okay? You cannot have that bossy attitude about change in life. You cannot have that bossy attitude about tower moments. I can promise you that one. I have tried that a time or two. Try bossing around a tower moment. Doesn't go so well. You just need to accept the tower moment for the tower moment that it is. And appreciate it and say thank you. That was the lesson learned and move on. Okay. This Emperor, though, as much as he is solid in the things that he is manifesting, creating in life, he also is understanding of his divine purpose. Okay? He understands that he is just a part of a bigger plan, right? And the Hierophant behind that, like, look at this stairway here. First of all, look at all the color. Look at all the inspiration and the color, okay? This is a spiritual card. This is a card of religion, a card of traditions, okay? And I'm not here to preach religion to you. Whatever your religion is, our religious paths do not need to line up for us to be able to support each other on a spiritual journey, okay? This connection, though, this connection to a divine, this connection to a higher being, understanding that you need that connection, you need that solid, and just, you know, sometimes I grew up in a Mennonite church, actually, to be honest, and my upbringing of religion has very strong roots to the religion and my spiritual journey now. It does. But that doesn't mean that I did not grow within that religion and within that spiritual kind of journey, within that connection, because I needed to. It needed to. My faith, my connection to a higher is never going to fit perfectly with anybody else's, because it's my personal relationship. It is my soul's personal relationship with the higher, okay? And I really feel that when it's that Emperor and that Hierophant and then this Magician behind it, like the Magician behind it is talking about understanding that you have the powers. You have been gifted all of the powers. You have been gifted all of the suits, okay? There isn't anything in life that we have not been gifted if we choose to accept that power, okay? If we choose to embrace that power. Okay, and I greatly feel like that is what you're being asked to do right now. Be solid in who you are. Understand that there is that need for a divine kind of connection, right? That your Emperor is a strong Emperor, yes, but with a backbone of a divine, higher being, whatever that is to you, you know? You truly begin to, you know, manifest and create what it is you have, okay? This Ace of Wands, and this Ace of Wands, like, that is whatever you want it to be. This is creative, new, passionate beginnings, okay? Something that your spiritual being inside is alive to bring, okay? Something that your spiritual being on the inside, your soul, like it, whatever this new beginning is for you, that soul on the inside, it burns for excitement with this, okay? It breathes this kind of new energy. And the Queen of Pentacles behind that, like whatever this is, the Queen of Pentacles, like that is grounded, right? That is grounded. That's understanding. Look here. See her eyes are blue and closed? Blue is intuition. And her eyes are closed because she just knows. She is trusting spirit. She is trusting what is to come because she knows that the best for her will be what she gets. You know, will come into her life. She works hard for that. The Queen of Pentacles, she has worked hard for that, okay? She's worked very hard for this pentacle. But she trusts that it's hers because she has put in the time. Her and Spirit have co-created this pentacle that is just for her, okay? And I really, you know, as a next action, you know, to stay in line with your highest intentions, when you show up to just be that Emperor of who you actually truly are, you know, and you bring a solid, you know, spiritual, religious, morally right, whatever that is to you, you know, kind of backbone to that, your manifestations and what you can create in life, they just begin to bloop, 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 bloop. Okay? That's what happens. Now, so what could evolve if you remain on this path? Okay, the Two of Swords, this is blockages. Okay, this is talking about being blocked. But look here, she's blindfolded. There was all these strings on her. And see here, Spirit, crows are very spiritual beings. They're taking the strings off. Okay, and that's what this is talking about. You know, if you continue to show up to that solid understanding of, you know, this King of Wands and this Emperor, like, right? Like, those are two pretty, okay? When you show up to those spiritual kind of solid, grounded, this is the way, you know, I'm, not that this is the way it has to go, but like, you know, I'm understanding that, you know, life is just happening, and I'm a part of it, you know, and I'm understanding that, you know, it might not always go my way, but you know, it's for me. Okay? That takes off the strings. You start to remove the strings when you can accept that spirit is aligning you for a direction of your highest good. And the justice was behind that. Okay? Just, fair. Okay? And the King of Pentacles. Again, look at him here, holding this pentacle. Okay? And his library of things. You know? Silver fox. Silver wolf. Okay? But this is talking about that blockages, you know, as this is something that has, you know, that can evolve on this pathway that you are on. This is talking about currently feeling blocked, currently feeling stuck, right? Currently feeling blocked like the Two of Swords, okay? But spirit coming in and just drawing that just sword, you know, balancing out the scales again. Maybe things have not been fair. Maybe the scales of life have been tipped in an unfair kind of way up until this point, okay? But when you liberate yourself and you stand and you allow the tower moments to fall for what they are, because they needed to crumble, and you know that, and that's fine, the scales begin to tip back out. Because when you allow for things to happen and you allow for yourself just to be open and understanding that just needed to happen, that was just the way it was, something else is coming, that wasn't for me, you take the scales of feeling unjust, like the scales are always against you, and they begin to level back out, okay? Justice, right? And as you do that, as you really truly accept, you know, that all the scales aren't always for you, you begin to appreciate what is within your own world, what is within your own castle. And as you do that, you are able to embrace this place of the King of Pentacles. Because as you appreciate all of the things that you have learned, all of the things that you have worked hard for, okay? It's like the law of attraction. The more you appreciate those things, the more like things start coming into your life, okay? And that's, the King of Pentacles knows that, okay? This guy knows that. He is honestly, like, he is sitting in his library with that massive pentacle on his lap, laughing, because he understands, yeah, I showed up, I worked hard, but guess what? I didn't do half, you know, I manifested with spirit. I didn't have to, like, you know, I wasn't selling my soul, right, to be in this place of happiness. I just understood that as I embraced who I was, and as I allowed tower moments to fall, as I allowed things that weren't meant for me just to fall to the wayside, and I focused on, you know, I focused on what I wanted. I had my thread of intention here, right? And I spun my web. I weaved my web with spirit. You know, I just kept creating and manifesting. That's what the King of Pentacles gets. He understands that, okay? Wow. Guys, that was, wow, that's something. Okay. Actually, I was going to use these ones as a clarifier, but we didn't need a clarifier. So I'm just going to ask the wild unknown here, just for any unknown factors that might come into play for the month of May for you, the Aquarius. Any unknown factors, Spirit, for the month of May? Unknown factors for the month of May for Aquarius. Thank you. Wow. Okay, so Two of Pentacles. What is going on with all these massive piles here? Two of Pentacles. Okay, and this is kind of like, see this infinity symbol and balancing the two pentacles here? The Two of Pentacles is again very similar to this Temperance. Okay? It's about balance. It's about flexibility. The Two of Pentacles, like, it is about understanding there is a delicate balance in life. So delicate that it can balance on, you know, a little butterfly's wings. And those are delicate little wings, right? But the Two of Pentacles as an unknown factor, this is, again, just asking you to embrace the flexibility in life. Go with the flow, okay? You cannot always just steer it down one way. And it's sometimes going to be hard and rocky and shitty, and you just gotta trust, okay? Gotta trust, okay? That's just part of it. That's just part of it. It doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. It's going to do its flow, okay? The Two of Pentacles. Be flexible. The King of Cups, the Father of Cups, behind that. Emotional, solid, grounded, deep kind of connection. That is the King of Cups. Okay, he is the cups are an emotional suit. They are talking about our emotions, of who, you know, of our being. That's what the cups are, is talking about the emotions of our being. Okay, and the King of Cups, he is somebody who is a very deep kind of fella. Okay, somebody who truly understands and truly, you know, feels things, but also just has that solid kind of faith. You know, picture like that solid, loving, very gentle, true father kind of figure, right? And that is that King of Cups, somebody who is just going to be like, oh, it's all right, Boo Bear, I love you. You know, it's okay. You're allowed to cry this one out. Tomorrow's going to be better, okay? But that King of Cups is just somebody who is so emotionally solid, deep. They get it on many levels. The Nine of Swords was behind that. That looks like a gruesome card, right? Yeah, because that cycle's ending. That shit that just needs to be cut and gone. Enough nights up, enough heartache, enough confusion, okay? Cut it. It's dead. There's nothing that's not serving you. Release it to spirit, okay? The King of Cups knows that this kind of pain, okay, this kind of pain, whatever pain, because I mean, that looks painful, right? Yeah, that's gross. That's nasty. But whatever this is, okay, the King of Cups understands that there is healing from that. He does, okay? There's this delicate balance, yes, for sure. But the King of Cups trusts that there is healing from this. He trusts his spiritual connection will help to heal this, will help to alleviate this pain. And the World, yes, twice you got the World. My laundry's done. The World, again, looking at it as a whole, understanding that there took a lot of parts, you know, to become what it is, right? It's a cycle completed, and you go through these cycles multiple times. I cannot say that enough, okay? There will always be cycles in our lives, things that we must complete, phases that we must overcome, okay? Situations that we must learn from. As you release that garbage, that Nine of Swords that's holding you, you know, as you understand that there is that need for flexibility, there is that need for shit to, you know, the garbage in our life, there is a need for shit to come down. There is. And the World, that is that understanding. Okay, yeah, that really hurt. Broke my heart. Maybe, you know, left me poor. Maybe fucked up my day a little bit. Okay? And granted, that happens sometimes. But it needed to fucking happen. You know? You couldn't move forward sitting where you were. It needed to happen. Judgment. It needed to happen. You have to release yourself. The Judgment card is about releasing the hold. Releasing the hold and like walking forward into that like enlightened space. Okay? Doesn't that look amazing? Right? The white dove is just, it's released. Released. This is you. This little dove, this comes from inside your soul. Okay? Because that's what you are being asked to release, you know? Release all of the things, all of those like tower moments that you've been holding on to and allowing the pain, you know, to just keep lingering on in your life, even tower moments that have happened a long time ago, you know, that you just keep holding on to tightly, like, oh, that tower moment broke my heart. Well, it breaks your heart because you keep saying it breaks your heart. Acknowledge the fact that that moment needed to happen. That change needed to happen because it brought something new. It brought a next step. It brought something from that. Okay? Also, I realized when I turn my head sideways, my hair looks like I haven't brushed it in days. I've showered even. I don't put on real pants, but I shower. I say I don't put on real pants, but that's because I like go from pajama pants to barn clothes. Okay? I haven't actually physically worn my own jeans in a while. I'm not going to feel bad about that. Okay, your advice. That's what we're going for next here. Your advice. What's the advice, Spirit? What is your last little bit of guidance here for the Aquarius for the month of May? Aquarius. Aquarius. Thank you. Page of Fire. Yeah. Be on fire. Okay? The Page of Fire, she's the beginning card to the Court cards, guys. Okay? She is a spiritual being who is just excited to be where she is in her journey. And the Five of Fire, the Five of Wands again. Again, that was that scattered, that was this card here. You've pulled this twice now. Okay? Feeling scattered, feeling competitive, feeling like, you know, you must race to get to the light. You must race to get to that, whatever the heck you're racing for. Okay? Feeling like you have to, I don't know. That's going to be different for all of us. But feeling like there is that, some sort of that like fire that you're just like, but I have to do that. Freak out, man. Chill out. You don't. You don't. You're okay. Just take a breather. You'll figure it out. Again, the Journey card. It's called the Call card in this one. But that's, you know, this is this card, this judgment, okay? This is your calling. There is a purpose here. There is some divine journey here that you are being asked to embrace, asked to acknowledge. Okay? The Six of Earth is the Six of Pentacles. This is a law of attraction card. Okay? It really is. It is talking about giving out the good energy, giving out the love, giving out the good things you have. And when you do that, Spirit and the universe drop all those good things right back in your hand. That's how that works. The good energy you put out, the good energy you get back in. It's just kind of like, yeah, you throw toxic, shitty energy out, you're going to get toxic, shitty energy back. And that is not what we're here to do today. Okay? You're moving away from that. The last card up was the Six of Air, Six of Swords. Passageways forward. And the Six of Swords is not always an easy passageway forward, okay? Sometimes that journey to judgment, sometimes that journey to releasing yourself, sometimes that journey to making your dreams reality, those are tough, uncomfortable passageways to try to get through. You know, and you need to show up with intention. You need to show up with integrity. You need to show up with hope and love and commitment to who you are, to your soul, to your soul's journey, okay? Yeah, that's important. It is, it's very important. These ones were sitting over here. Oh, sneaky, sneaky. Seven of Air, okay? There could be a lot of options before you. And sometimes when I say, no, Seven of Swords, sorry. Why was I thinking for some reason that got caught in my head as the Seven of Cups and I almost explained it as the Seven of Cups, but it was not. Okay, so that's another one. You've pulled a lot of repeats here, okay? You don't know all the pieces yet. This is what this is saying, okay? Get your ducks in a row, okay? Make sure that you do what you can on your half. But for the stuff that you can't see yet, for the stuff that's still in the dark, do not panic, okay? Trust Spirit. Trust Spirit. That's what you're being asked to do. Trust Spirit. Eight of Swords. That's letting it go, okay? Things that haven't worked, things that maybe have like, you know, caused tension, held you back. People, places, work things. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, let it go. Okay, understand that you are the only one who has the power to let that stuff go. You are the only one that can sit in the seat. Like if that's your tower moment, you are the only one who can sit there and appreciate the tower moment for the tower moment that it is. You are. You are the only one who can stand there after the tower has come down and say, wow, well, that sucked, but that needed to happen. Okay, moving on. Okay? If you don't choose to move on from the tower moment, if you choose to allow that tower moment to drain you, to wreck you, to hold you, that's exactly what it's going to do. Okay? But if you choose to release it, if you choose to cut that and let it go, Ten of Pentacles, you begin to embrace a whole new beginning. You begin to see the pentacles that are around you. And as you open your heart up to pentacles, you keep bringing more pentacles in. That's how that works. It is, it is, it is. All right, so last one is from the Untethered Soul. And I would never leave out this deck because they have great messages to say. I'm also running out of room here. Yeah, see, I couldn't even shuffle my cards here. Shuffle them on my other cards. Oh, jeez, Louise. All right, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. What is your last message here, Spirit? Last message to send our Aquarius friends off on their journey for the month. What is your last message, Spirit, for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, month of May? Woo. Come on now. Hold it together here, guys.